Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line, your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to understand ourselves, how this meditation will help for us, why we need to practice meditation, especially like this time. So, practicing meditation means you bring the purification to your own mind. So that purification means you clean up yourself from all the greed, hatred, and the delusion. On the surface level, we can't see this. Underneath that, our each and every cell, head to toes in your body, in our body, this behavior hide. So as you know, that the desire, the anger, hatred, jealousy, laziness, doubt. So this kind of hindrance, we can't see on the surface level. But you know, sometimes it arises. It arises from different ways. So in the very beginning, you have to understand this is a part of our life. But most of time what happens, in the beginning we categorize it as a bad desire, or the kama chanda, or the sensual desires, anger, hatred. So those are, it's a part of our life. So sensual desires, we can't just get out of it. We can't just throw that away. But the thing is, we have to understand not to clinging to that. Having something and clinging to something, two different things. So then yourself, you should know that whatever the behavior inside you, you have to accept it, it is there. But at the same time, you should not hold it to, clinging to that behavior. And the very next time, if you don't know if it is come, then you can't do anything. But even after that, whatever happened out of the greed, hatred, or the delusion, or out of any desire, anger, jealousy, hatred, laziness, doubt. So whatever happens, after that, even have a determination yourself to get out of that, and maybe in the future, you're not going to repeat that. So in the beginning, maybe, so whatever happened, later, once you recognize what happens, you can say sorry to yourself, and you can determine yourself consciously. You can take a very conscious decision not to repeat it. Maybe it will happen tomorrow. But again, bring that. So like that. Remember, sometimes when we start to practice meditation, we resist this conventional life, ordinary life. We can't do like that way. So we have to be very careful. Even though we practice meditation today, we don't know tomorrow, maybe we will go back to that life. Then we have to live with other people again. But that doesn't mean we're going to hold it to that. We have certain understanding about it. So every day, another thing is that you have to understand this every day, that we build up a huge current behind this greed, hatred, and the delusion. Hatred, look at the world. And sometimes, that the other side of the world, there is a war. And in this kind of situation, in this kind of time, 2022, how that people have work like that way. When we look at the world, this now we are end of this 2022. They have done a research regarding the happiness around the world. So the most of successful countries like America and most of the Europe countries and the Japan, China. So economically, all the successful countries, within few years to today, what happens? Economically, they are so successful, but at the same way, the unhappiness became more and more and more higher and bigger. The most successful countries, most wealthy countries, have the anxiety and the depression to the highest level. And they lose the happiness. See, and most of the economically, even though they are poor, not that much successful, and out of that, the happiness, the people, their lifestyle, satisfaction is so higher. So then we have to remember, and out of that, the most of time, this lifestyle that we igniting, that's clinging to this our own inside, without knowingly where we go. So that's why practicing meditation and clean up ourselves every day is very necessary. And now, there is a new disease. It's a disease. New problem in the world with the entire humanity, especially with the children and the old people. And what is that? And they addicted to a screen. And there are now, as medicine, there are some doctors refer, to stay away from the screen. Looking at it doesn't matter whatever the screen. Look at even we use the meditation now, the Zoom, and maybe you look at the screen. And how many times per day you look at the cell phone? That's what you look, the screen. TV, you look at the screen. Computer, iPad. And just imagine that, can you do screen fasting? This means stay away from the screen. You can't imagine now how you can do that. See where we go. Just imagine for these young children, if you tell for 1 week, no cell phone, no computer, no iPad, no TV, they can't understand what is this life. Even most of the newly born babies in these wealthy, successful countries, these little babies know better than us how to, use the YouTube and watch cartoon, so the things. And these new parents, parenting, they can't understand without, the phone, giving the phone to children, how you can handle children now. Because when the child cry, what the most of the parents does, if they can't handle, they just put the cartoon. I have seen here, when they want to keep the child very silent, and what they do, they put a little cartoon and give it to children, and children, oh, looking at laughing, so kind of like that. So see, now this is the thing. So in case that kind of child in the future just close 5 minutes, detach their eyes from the screen, they can't do. This mind go like crazy. So that's why this knowledge, this wisdom, slowly, one part is a benefit. We gain the benefit because look, even though in person you can't attain, every day you have ability to come and sit a little bit and listen to these things and practice yourself, join with the network. So one part is become more better, but at the same time, the very fundamental quality of our human life, if you lose, then your practice doesn't work. So what is that fundamental, the quality that you have to keep within yourself? To know your own experience. If you don't know that, whatever you learn, it's not going to bring the wisdom. So that's why it says, know thyself, know yourself. So when it comes to purification, you clean up yourself. You clean up yourself from the greed, hatred, and the delusion without resisting, without fighting with it. That is a method. So there are 3 ways we have to work. Ajjata, Bahidha. Ajjata means inside. You have to work within yourself. It's nothing to do with outside. You have to have the self-discipline regarding you as who you are. So for that, you have to understand. You have to very clearly understand your own character, and you have to build up your discipline on it. And at the same time, develop the clarity. So that's why we have this kind of conversations, because it helps you to have that inner clarity. It's nothing to do with the outside world. And at the same time, once you brush up, once you clean yourself, then the Bahidha, so the outside world, you just can't give up everything. But so the outside world also, you have to integrate with the situation, and you have to contribute yourself to the world, because we have our life because of other people and other things. So then we have that we also part of other living beings. We also part of other people around us. So we have to understand and give our best, and you have to contribute yourself. And you have to work with that, and then you have to follow certain protocol, and you have to develop a very disciplined life for other people outside world. It's nothing to do with you. It's not going to bring the purification to yourself sometimes, but that is very necessary. So you understand yourself, and then the other thing is that understanding will bring the outside understanding also. And then by the time you have to bring this both together, because it is not, oh, I am here, you are there. It's conventionally, we can see that both together, but in this very moment, if we take this, the Zoom class or live streaming, if someone come and look at us from the bird eye view, from the top above us, so the you and me both experience the things together. You are part of this, I am part of you. So then there is no separation. So then you have to bring the wisdom. In the beginning, you work yourself for certain things. You have to work with the outside world with the certain thing. But by the time, you have to bring this both together as one. No separation. This all man-made. This most of things mind-made. So one of the major important part is time. Time is man-made. Because if you look above the earth, like there is no day or night for that place. But for us, for the sun, there is no day or night. So according to the place wherever we are, we calculate that. And the morning and noon, evening, night. So can you get out of that morning, afternoon, evening, so like that? Can you take any time as a part of your life? That's different. Get out of the timeline. Can you do your best at any time? So then I'll give a technique for you for meditation. Sometimes people ask, oh, what time is good for meditation? If you want, any time good for meditation. So then develop that, get out of that timeline. So in the beginning, if you are a beginner, you need to follow the first step. You have to come to a very place. If you can do it every day at the same place at the same time, that your practice is going to become better, because we develop some kind of repetition and the pattern inside us, and it will help us to bring the some kind of good result, develop the discipline. But by the time when you master the technique, not the timing. So some people master the timing. That means some people master the place. So how when the 7, as example, if you practice at 7 o'clock every day, you start to sit for meditation at 7, and then by the time you don't care about the mastering the technique. So at 7, you just close your eyes and practice. Just you become so silent and stay whatever the time period. You sit for meditation because it is 7 o'clock. So that's how you master in the time. So maybe wherever you go at 7, it's going to make you crazy. Why? Because you can't sit. Don't go in that direction. You master the technique. You get the help out of this all, but by the time get out of this all, no pattern, no methods, and no place, no time, no technique. You go to the clarity, recognition. That is different. That is what you have to develop in you. So then anytime, you know, it's early morning, middle of the night, evening, afternoon, so wherever you are, and you sit for meditation, you get your tranquility state, and from there, you enter into the vipassana level. So develop that. It's not going to happen to you. So you have to have some kind of clarity inside you, how to master and how to develop it inside. So that is where you can gain the strength to move forward. Like when you swim, if you struggle too much, you can't master swimming. And the other thing is, if you can't keep up, you can't master the swimming. You know? So remember that the right method is very necessary for yourself. So then don't struggle too much inside you with the resisting ourselves. It doesn't matter. You know, we can't resist the world, we can't resist the nature. We have to just let it be there. But when it comes to your practice, where to focus, that is the most important key point. And always remember, this is just a key practice. So don't try to kind of like have always, you know, yourself a cage inside, kind of like oh, you practice meditation, it should be like this, it should be like that. No, it's not like that. And you build up a huge current every day out of your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. It's like a, you know, when it comes to jet flights, you can't see at the same, you know, time, two flights go one each other, you know, behind other one. And it takes many hours to go another flight at the same path. The very reason when the one flight go, when the one jet fly, and in that path, it create a huge power of wind or the air, or kind of like unbalance with the sky. That's why it takes time to settle down. And then another flight can go from the same path. Another jet can fly from the same path, but it takes time. Why? When the flight go, behind that huge wind build up a different kind of current. And that's kind of like our life. When you go forward, when you live a life, what happened behind you, out of your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, it creates huge kind of hindrance with our desires, anger, hatred, jealousy, envy, laziness, tiredness, doubt, fear. So those are, if you look one day, move backward and see that out of your whole experience, what you build up. Have you ever find out any tranquility state you build up behind your experience? So that's why practicing is very necessary. So when it comes to that practice moment, you have to be mindful not to repeat that same current then. Neutralize. Let it be. And even you close your eyes, if you start to oh, I don't like this, oh, this should not happen, oh, why it happened like that way, why this sound, oh, why I have this pain, that pain. So what happened? You build up the same current. No, neutralize. So that's why you need that primary mental object to focus to that. That is only thing that you keep heading. That is where you keep focus. So then that current will not going to build up, that the huge wind power not going to happen behind you. 1 minute is enough for you. And then by the time you can increase the duration to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, so like that. Even it not happen, it's okay. Just you have the effort to do, to hold it to primary mental object. It's okay. Things will, today you're going to be good and tomorrow it's not good. Day after tomorrow, it's okay. Don't condition your mind. Oh, it should be like this. It should, no, it's not like that. There's nothing going to be like that. You know yourself, that's nothing going to be the way you want. If you are capable to understand this. So then when it comes to meditation, why you want something to be the way you want or the way you think? Why you know in the world, yourself, or your own life, it didn't happen. So, but when you sit for meditation, why you think like that? So then all the disappointment come because of behind you, you have some kind of preconditioned mind or the idea, oh, it should be like this. That's why that disappointment comes. So look into that and get out of it. So in that way, you build up deeper insight, tranquility state as a foundation for you. You need that. Personally, you need it before you go into the society. And then by the time you, as a family member in the society, as a citizen, as a human being, you need that, because most of people around us don't have that tranquility. Just imagine in your family, most of them, they don't have it. So then once you have it, don't keep it as a shield to detach from them. Oh, I practice meditation, they don't do this, why it happened to them, why they do behave like this, or they are bad. No, 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 no. You have to change that point of view and bring the compassion to to others, and contribute yourself with that compassion to the highest. So that is where you have to focus, and that is what you have to brush up. So when it comes to the society, when it comes to the world, then you have to know, because we remember, before we know this all, we also used to be in the same boat. We also, maybe we are more bad than the other people if we think they are bad. No. So that's why. So maybe now you know a little bit about this. And using that, don't build up a shield, don't build up a wall, and just know that other people, ordinarily, they don't know this anything. And this unknown, even this material things. And sometimes situations come, it hurt us so much. It is very difficult for us to handle, and try to work with that things. There are a lot of things that we have to work within ourselves. And understanding that, work with it little by little with the compassion and without too much struggle. And if you can keep your butt up and while you practicing swimming, then you are capable to go out of this samsaric current or the river. So that is important thing. You have to focus to that. So that's why, remember always, when it comes to meditation, don't build up any method, pattern, any kind of mental view or shield out of your practice. You come to practice to get out of it. The very next moment you accept it as a very brand new moment. So whatever it is, good or bad or whatever it is, you say you accept it, but you're not going to hold it to it. And you closely experience it and see how it changed. And you're not going to claim this any experience as you. So if you are capable to come to that point, in that very experience, you will transform to your next level. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck hit straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. So bring your fully attention, awareness towards the sensation of breathing without any imagination, without any mental interference. Just observe it as it is. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ettavata cha ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe tatta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhammanudhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Addaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjissami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamunchatu. Bless.